So when SCT started, this was before mindfulness was a buzzword, but boy, do they use mindfulness. And I just want to describe a little bit about what I experienced when I was first seeing an SCT group. So in an SCT group, you sit what's called centered with your sort of upward posture, feet on the floor, and you have roving eye contact the whole time. And unlike in other groups where there's a lot of talking about childhood or life outside the group, in SCT, most of the time you're reporting on what's happening for you in the moment, in the context of the group, giving information about what you feel, how that's emerging in your body through sensations and impulses, and really staying connected to your present context. So often as people are having feelings emerge, they not only share that feeling, but someone reflects it back and joins with their own version of that emotion if they have a resonance, so that as you're working, you're never working alone with the feeling, let's say of sadness, but whoever can resonate is joining you with eye contact and describing what that feels like in their body. And there's a back and forth that really lets the feeling deepen and open without defenses, or if anxiety comes in, it's quickly regulated so that a person can have a true embodied experience around that emotion. So when I was in high school and started my own therapy, I was really dying to learn from Yvonne, but she wouldn't let me go to any of her trainings until I was at least in college. So the summer I graduated from high school and was technically enrolled in college, my sister and I went out and did a weekend training group where you actually get to have that group process I just described, which, as you can imagine, is pretty intense, not overwhelming intense, but really deep intense. So that experience really blew my mind, as you can imagine, for an 18-year-old. And what I learned from it, and I'm so glad I learned really early on in life, was that emotions are beautiful. And in that particular type of grouped context where someone's really joining you, like fully with their system so that you don't have to be alone with the emotion, it opens up a way of going down like to the bottom of the feeling that is hard to do when you're on your own or are in a less supported context. But when you can go to the bottom of a feeling, it's actually a beautiful experience, even the ones we think of as the negative emotions. And I sort of wanted to start off with that point. So what I learned, like for instance, with sadness, when we really settle into our bodies and can let go of the anxiety or the defense, then sadness becomes like this really deep, poignant experience of connection, like you feel a sense of connection to yourself and the rest of humanity, and it's truly moving and touching. Or anger, when it's not constricted or discharged, can feel like a wonderful experience of being alive and powerful and large and full of energy and full of clarity and full of strength. So it's actually, as negative as we tend to think it is, it's actually a fun, enjoyable feeling if held in the right context. So for me, I'm really so fortunate to have had the experience around emotion being a healthy and adaptive process that can really lead to human connection and connection to ourselves so early on. And I think that sort of set the seed of my kind of interest or passion about bringing that more out into the world.